Hello internet, I am Firebolt and welcome to Firebolt Reviews Factorio. Now, this is a game about automation. I'll show you what I mean. So if we just start a new game, there's a bunch of settings here. Go for default. I'm going to put piecemeal mode on because I don't want to be attacked during this playthrough. Okay, resources. I'm going to have them all at normal. Terrain settings, that's all fine I think. So we just generate a little world here. Right, so the way that you actually play this game, as it says there helpfully, you're trying to automate making a rocket to leave this planet that you're stranded on. Basically the way, first of all you have to get enough research to research the rocket silo, which you have to like build little science packs to build, well, to research, and you have to research all the things that come before it. Each of those science packs are made out of things that you could use the resources around you for. Okay, so as you can see at the top there, it says T to start new research, so you can make these science packs, and that helps you to make like mass producing stuff, because to begin with you have to mine this all yourself. I mean, you could use a burner mining drill, but you need fuel for that, so you'd need to manually put in fuel for that, which is kind of pointless. And also I need to make an axe. Where's my crafting menu? Yeah, so first thing you make, iron axe. I have a few iron plates just to start out with. If it's made from multiple things, as you can see there, it has iron sticks too. The base thing is iron plates, and you have to get that from like smelting iron. But I don't have to change that into iron sticks myself. It'll just have the total of iron plates that are required to make that, which is nice, because it's just annoying to have to do that yourself. Although if you are doing automated stuff, you will have to make sure that it does all the parts of it first, and you do want it to be automated so that you can actually build other stuff and leave it going. Right, okay, well now that I've got an axe, I can start mining this iron, which I shall start doing, and each time that bar fills up I get iron ore. Now that's quite boring to start with. I need to go find some coal to power this drill. So if I just put this drill, you can rotate it, and I want that arrow to be facing this way so that iron comes off it like that. Cool. And we have a stone furnace to turn that into iron plates. That also needs coal. So we need to find the nearest source of coal, which is all the way over here. That's going to get really annoying. I think this is coal. Yeah. Right, so I'll make it my first goal, start making those red science packs. I can see what it takes to make those. So I need copper plates, which means I need to drill copper. And I need iron gear wheels, which I can make myself to begin with. And also, if I'm wanting to research that thing, which I do need for automation mostly, I'll have to build the lab, which is a lot of steel plates. And also conveyor belts can carry everything everywhere so that you're not having to run back and forth. There is combat stuff like weaponry, and you can get cannons later to defend, because as you pollute the place, the aliens on this, well, I suppose natives, come and attack you if you pollute too much. I put that on peaceful mode because I just want this to be showing off the mechanics instead of me fighting for my life. So we've mined enough coal to get that drill and that furnace started. Not for long, but so we put coal in there, and that's drilling iron ore. Oh, I put all my coal in there. Okay, so that will be working through the coal and storing up iron ore. Right, so let's just mine this. Now at this point I'm having to go back and forth with the coal each time. So what if I could drill coal here and then send a conveyor belt up to my iron drill to feed these things coal? Now to do that I would need a fair few conveyor belts because it's quite a way to the iron, and also I would need mechanical arms, all of which I can make in my crafting menu. Where's the mechanical arms? There. Now the problem with this is that those inserters require coal themselves, so you kind of have to use I've lost something. There are splitters you can get, which basically half and half the thing, but I can't see them. No clue. Maybe it's something that you have to research. Yeah, it is something that you have to research, but you also need like red shit for that, which means that I'm gonna have to do most of this manually, which I'm not used to. Right, so first I'll need a bunch of conveyor belts. I'll also need to get a drill at some point, and I can mine this copper too. I'm going to skip out this bunch of mining and then skip to what's actually happening. So now I can put half of my fuel in there and half of my fuel in here, and they'll start producing steel plates. They'll need somewhere to go to begin with. Oh, and I'll need a mechanical arm to actually service it, so that it can get onto the conveyor belts. I can just take them straight from here. It's horribly inefficient, but build more transporters, take more steel plates, and build more. So for the start of the game, you're going to have to do a bit of it manually, but eventually you can get to the point where you can pretty much just leave it to do its own thing and add extra bits where you're wanting to make expansions. Okay, so if I move that there, I believe does this not require coal? Oh, it does, which means that I'll have to get coal again. You see, drilling coal here and bringing it up there would be very useful for me right now. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to end up doing that, but I have to keep powering that so I can get steel plates to build a drill down here and all the conveyor belts to get up there. I could also fuel it with wood from all the trees around, but this is a more reliable source and I don't have to move about. Seem to have... the fact that I'm beating that a lot slower probably means that my axe is broken. Go into here, I can get a new one. Eventually I'll have to use steel axes because this is not going to last me very long. But eventually I won't need to mine this all, so I'll just have to keep building my own axes until that happens. Now you do get electricity at a point because you can pump up stuff from this and use a steam engine, but I believe you have to research some stuff for that. Maybe not. I'll check my thingy. Oh yeah, you have like an offshore pump. You have pylons at this point. You do have pylons. Oh, so I could actually make everything electrical. That would be far more efficient than coal at the moment. So I need 5 iron plates and I'll need 3 copper plates, which means I also have to be drilling for copper. But also I need to mine the coal to put in these things, and I'm going insane slowly but surely. So I'm just going to keep mining these for the moment and build a few along here so this can actually store some stuff. You can build chests for it to store all the steel plates in. So if I rotate this, then that should go on like so. Right, and then that's outputting all this iron plates, and I can collect them all and hopefully build a new drill. Oh, I actually need stone because a burner mining drill apparently uses a stone furnace. So where do I get stone? I've generally no clue. You can see on this map here that there's splodges everywhere. The orange bits are copper. I believe that's stone, that sort of darker grey bit. The lighter grey bits I think are iron. No idea what that is. And the black bits are coal. And there are a few purple bits for oil. Right, so I'm just gonna run down here to what I think is stone. It's just more iron. I'm going to go on a hunt for stone. Maybe it's that slightly tan stuff. Yes, stone. Right, I need a lot of stone, I think. I'll just double check how much stone I actually need. I need 5 stone, and then build a miner drill. I should also get more stone anyway, just to build an actual furnace itself. Built that, and then I can go start mining copper. This is taking an awful long time, but the electricity will be worth it because you don't have to keep getting coal, and coal can be really inefficient because you have to fuel the things actually taking the stuff where it's going. You have to fuel the actual drills, and you have to fuel the drills that are drilling the coal. So you have to kind of split everything, and then it just becomes really inefficient. But with electricity, you don't have that problem. At that point, I don't think you actually need coal for anything. Maybe the furnaces. I don't know, maybe there's an electric furnace you can get at some point, but you probably have to research that too if it's a thing. Yeah, there's a steel furnace there, if you want to make steel plates. So yeah, there's loads of stuff here, as you can see. All the way down here we have a rocket silo. We also have an atomic bomb, but that's, I think, for enemies. And there's also loads of different science packs, which are going to fuck you over because you need 1,000 of them. So you need to really automate to get to that point. In my other game, because I have another game on this where I've actually done some stuff, which is why I know all this stuff. I'd sort of gotten to the point where I was producing these 3 different rates, but I was still producing these 3, so I could do research. Admittedly, quite inefficiently, but still doing it. These 2 stayed the same formula because you have to make these out of different materials. This one changed into an entirely different composition, which meant that I just had an oil refinery lying around because this needed batteries in my original save, and then an update happened and this changed. So that's kind of useless and why I'm probably not going to show you that. That's just going to keep taking iron out of there because it's stored up a bunch of it. But I need a drill on my copper. So I'm going to have to keep relaying coal, which is horribly inefficient, but hopefully I'll skip out enough of it so you don't have to be bored. Get it? Because I'm sort of mining bored. So I need an offshore pump first. I've got my 5 iron plates, but I need to fuel these things, and it would also probably be good to make a few transport belts just to store it. Oh, and I'll also need an arm to carry it over, which will also need coal. Right, so rotate this round. Now that'll start drilling and that'll start burning it, but this probably won't actually carry it over, unfortunately. It is right now, but it'll run out of fuel quite quickly, because it's actually running on nothing right now. It ran out of fuel immediately, but that is enough copper plates for me to get my offshore pump. So I'll build that, wait for all the components to tick up, and we have our offshore pump. Right, so I need to attach this to my steam engine, which I need 31 iron plates for, so I'm gonna have to fuel the shit out of this, unless that's enough iron plates there, which I fucking hope it is. We have enough to build a steam engine. Good. I don't have to faff about there then. Wait for that to tick up. Right, can I connect this instantly? I hope I can. I need a boiler first. So where's my boiler at? I need stone for that again, and more steel plates. Steel plates, iron plates, whatever. So go out for a furrow to my stone again. Oh, it's right here. Go back. At some point you basically just create a computer with how much it's actually doing, but that takes hours to get to, as you can see on my Steam account. Right, so if I get myself a boiler, then I can actually give water to that thingy. So if I can connect that instantly, that would be really nice. Oh, and apparently this also needs fuel. That's great. Okay, I need to mine more coal. Yeah, so the coal, I think, has to fuel the boilers and the stone furnaces. But if you've put electric drills on your coal, then it's not a massive issue. And my axe is broken again. Get a new one. Right, so I'll need this to be boiling enough so it's producing steam from my steam engine. And then I'll have to run pylons everywhere and actually build the electric drills, because these won't run under electricity. And I also need pipes to run them over there. That's producing steam, but that steam's going nowhere. So I need to get pipes to go into my steam engine. 5 might be enough, but steam's coming out of here. I need to be careful in the way I do this. And I don't have enough pipes. I don't have enough coal to actually fuel the things to make pipes. And this is why automation is really useful. Basically, although I've never played Minecraft, the thing that looks really annoying about that is that you'd have to keep mining stuff, which after a while gets really fucking boring. But in this, eventually that's not a problem. The whole thing is about making sure that you're the brains behind it and all the manual labour is done by the machines. And eventually, all the actual crafting stuff can be done by machines too. Okay, so if I split my coal up into these like so, and then this will start producing some iron plates for me to build more pipes with. Right, so I should have enough iron plates for more pipes, at least enough to attach to my steam engine. Hang on, I'm too far away. I fucked that up. Hang on, like so. Right, so now that's going into my steam engine. But the steam engine itself apparently needs electricity, and I'm not sure how to produce that without the steam engine. So that's kind of backwards. Maybe it's that it needs to be connected to the pylons. Wait, that's turned into water there. Do I have to rebuild it so it actually has steam? Okay, that's still doing nothing. But if I start constructing pylons, maybe it'll do something. But for pylons, I need wood, which means I have to start chopping down these trees. Raw wood. You know you like it. And I also need copper for the wires, which means I have to fuel this shit. Unless I can do it. No, I need copper plates, not just copper ore, which means I need more coal, right? And then run back to my copper. So I need to put some of that in there, and some of that in here. And then that should start producing some stuff for me. And maybe I can build some wires to actually connect this shit up. Right, yeah, so that was the problem, it's just not connected to the system. So now anything in these blue squares will be powered if it's an electrical thing. These are all coal things, so that will be useless there. But if I change them to electrical things, it won't be useless. So I'll start here since it's closest, and I can make an electric drill. Although I need copper, so I should just rebuild that. Although if you just demolish something, it just returns. Although I think I got the coal back, sorry. Which means that I can get these copper plates, and hopefully eventually build this. Oh, I need iron plates, that's why. Nom 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 nom. Just press F and you nom it all up. So satisfying. And then I get my electric mining drill. Just wait for those to tick over. Demolish this, and we've got an electric. If we just run this over here. So now that should be powered, right? Why isn't this powered? It's in producing apparently. Right, this is pumping water. This is producing steam. The steam goes through here. That's apparently water, that's the problem. Ah, I think like water got trapped in those pipes. Yeah, so this is now producing steam, finally. Good. And this electric drill now doesn't need coal. So that will just run constantly as long as we've got water, and I think that's pretty much an infinite resource. Although this still might need coal. Yeah, that still needs coal. Eventually I'll have to run coal over here so it works. I don't know if you can get an electric boiler in this. I don't think you can get an electric furnace though. I can get an inserter, which actually uses electricity instead of coal, which is much more efficient. So if I delete that, I can put this here. And then do that. And I need to actually wire it up though. Build some pylons and get rid of this menu. Attach it like that. I may as well build a few more conveyor belts so I can actually store more copper there. No, it's too far away. Fuck off menu. Right. Now at this point I should probably get on my way to building a lab, because that'll be very useful. I need more steel apparently. Not steel, iron. And I need to fuel these things. Get rid of this burner mining drill, because with electrical we don't need that. And I can helpfully actually build an electric mining drill there. Then I need to run pylons over there so that actually works. There we go, right. And then that's pumping away, but I also need coal to fuel this thing. At some point I'll need to start mining the coal with an actual drill. And for that I'll need to actually build the actual drill and be able to run it over to these, and you can insert coal into that with an arm. Okay, so I need to build yet another electric mining drill, and I need more iron plates, and to get more iron plates I have to fuel that with coal, which I don't have because I have to mine it manually. Put my coal in this furnace, and we're producing more steel plates. Not steel, I keep mixing them up. Eventually start making steel plates, but they're not the same thing and they do very different things. So I just need 23 of those. Actually, whilst those are building up, I'll try run some more pylons down to the actual coal, and I'll need another pylon, which I'll probably need more wood for, to be honest. Okay, and then when I put my electric drill in, that's automatically doing that. Get all those iron plates and I can build an electric drill. Right, so then that'll turn around like this and we can start producing coal. We can move coal straight away because it's just a raw thing. We'll need to actually split it up into going to our copper furnace and our iron furnace, for which you need logistics, which is unavailable because we haven't done the research. So one of them we'll just have to do manually, or we'll have to build 2 coal drills, and we'll need a fuck ton of transport belts. I think iron plates are probably more useful to get properly automated because they build your conveyor belts, which are how you get everything around your entire factory. Okay, so move my conveyor belts along here. I need to get them. Hang on. You can delete everything without cost. Move it like this, and I need more steel. Iron. And hopefully there's enough coal in that furnace so that by the time I've gotten my conveyor belt over there, it's not a problem. But I'm gonna have to keep building conveyor belts until I can get it over there. Thankfully, the conveyor belts don't require any power, which doesn't make much sense, but just go with it because it's actually much easier. Just wait for those to stack up and then make more conveyor belts. Run this up this way, and what do you know, we need more conveyor belts. And those have stopped producing copper, that's great. Right, so we make more conveyor belts, more stuff. Run these up here. And we're making a small train of coal up to our iron drill. Also, should probably change this inserter to be electric, because then I won't eventually have to sort that out. Just get some copper from here. Is that enough? Yeah, just build this inserter majig here. Apparently this hasn't got any power. What's going on here? Ah, this has stopped producing. This has run out of coal. So it'll probably be quite high priority to also get coal over there, because that's the thing powering the drills, which means that this has stopped working too. But handily, I can just scoop up a bunch of it and power that until it's not a problem. Just put a big lump of coal in there and that should start producing again. And this now needs a pylon to just go there. And also these inserters that are electric are much faster than the burner ones, which is helpful. And you can get like really fast inserters as you get on with research. Right, so now I want even more conveyor belts to get my coal up here. I'll eventually get it there. Run it up here again. Then we just need to run it across and up. Right. Oh, and while we're at it, I'll just go fuel that again so that we have more copper. Although, since that's full up, it won't matter anyway. And it is nice that I can get a big lump of coal now. I probably should have started drilling earlier. And this has stopped too, right after I got coal. But I can get more from here. And because that's been producing for some time, and it doesn't have to go through a furnace, because we're not smelting it, it produces pretty quickly. Put that in there, and we get more steel plates and more conveyor belts. I'm going to rotate it here. I'm going to stop there because more conveyor belts are needed. You always need more conveyor belts. Nearly there. Just wait for that to produce some more. Actually, I'm looking at the recording time right now. The video is probably shorter. And it's about 3/4 of an hour, but I haven't showed off everything that I really want to, because there's a lot more in this game. When you get onto this, that's where it gets really interesting. And I haven't even started fueling these with coal properly, so I haven't really done the automation thing. It does take a little bit of investment, but once you get it going, it's really satisfying. Like just watching it all fit into place. So I'll probably do a second part on this because I want to and I enjoy this game. Right, and just a little bit further to actually fuel my furnace properly. Come on, conveyor belts. Don't actually. Come on, just a few more. Oh, and each time you make a conveyor belt, it makes 2 if you're confused why that's happening. I don't actually need that last one. Right, so I just need enough to build an inserter now so it can actually go into the machine. And because there's pylons here, it'll automatically get powered. Alright, so just move that like that. And when that runs out of coal, it'll start fueling it, hopefully. If I've done this right. And there's a massive line of coal waiting here. So that'll be fueled, I guess, indefinitely. Until these resources run out, which they do. As you can see here, it has like a mount in the 1000s. But this is running it down. So eventually, with a big thing like this, you can build more drills further in, but you've probably like several hours into it by that point. But if you've got a smaller resource, perhaps like this, but like this little bit here, that you only gonna fit maybe maximum of 2 drills on there, and it's not very high density either. Right, so now that's all fueled, we should probably get either a second drill, or you can get an inserter which basically separates them off, but that'll probably get all of it, so this won't get properly satisfied. If I make my way to actually building a lab, that would be helpful. And I'll build one more on the end of here just so it can store more. Just a few more. So now I can build my lab. It's worth it for the research that you get to do and actually automate stuff, which is very important. Well, automating it more than just shoving coal in it, like actually building the... because you can build this fine. It only takes an iron gear wheel and a copper plate, which I can make fine, and I'd have to put it in the lab anyway. But this would speed that up if I can get it to automate properly. I'll have to manually put in these science packs at first, because I think it's only 1 to research the thing. And I do like that each of the labs is given a name. I don't know if you can rename that. And that is electrically powered, so I'll need to get some pylons, run over my cable here, and get my first science pack. Finally. So if I go into here, I can make 3 science packs. They take a little bit longer, which is why it's also useful to get the automated stuff. As soon as that's done, I can chuck this in here and it'll start researching. Oh, I haven't actually given it anything to research. That would be a good idea. Automation, right. So automation requires 10 science packs. So if I just get a bunch of plates here. Actually, I'm going to stop that research and go on to logistics, because logistics will be far more useful to get a splitter. And I believe research progress does save like that. And just spam that out and wait for that to tick along. But what I tend to like to do is, once I get a train, basically build an entirely separate facility just for labs, and possibly for like steel production or whatever, or an additional mining place. You can load up the train with cargo, which is usually these science packs, and then put them on conveyor belts so that they go into the research labs by themselves. Which is what I did on the other save until it fucked up to put all of these in there, and I don't know if that'll be quite enough. That's gonna take some time to tick over. Whilst it's doing that, I should probably get on with some other stuff. And I could actually build another research lab. At the moment I should probably just keep gathering this up so I can build more shit. If either of these run out, I'll have to go grab a bunch of coal from this massive line of it. Jesus, it's actually stacked up right to the drill, so as soon as that uses coal, we've got more of it. Now in the actual game, if you're not playing on peaceful mode and you aren't a coward like me, the fact that you're using all this coal and burning all this will attract some attention, like I said, from the natives. If I get the map, I can't actually see them. Oh, I think they're all dead because I turned it on to peaceful mode. You can also see all the resources here, helpfully, and how much of it. That's 1.5 million, Jesus. Maybe we haven't discovered oil yet, and that's why we haven't got it. This isn't the whole map. Oh, there's some oil there. Not a lot of it, but this is some. This isn't the whole map. You can build radars that reveal more of it. So eventually you've got like massive complex, and you've run out of any ideas. Any ideas? You've run out of the comprehension to actually deal with it all. But the really terrifying thing about, not terrifying, the really annoying thing is if one thing goes wrong in this beautifully delicate system, because you don't have many backups unless you've actually thought out. If you've like accidentally put a conveyor belt the wrong way around and you don't notice it at the time you built it, you're going to spend a long time searching for what's wrong there. And I suppose that's not really the game's fault, and it's more like if you're a programmer, just forgetting to put a semicolon on and then not knowing where you're supposed to put it. Oh, and this has run out of stuff to research with. I should probably build more of those. And incidentally, I can build another lab if I wanted to, if I wasn't building all of those. Okay, so I'll just get this researched and then we'll wrap up the first part. Why is this stopped? Oh, because this is full. Right, so wait for that to go lappity-lap. Keep shoving stuff in there until it works. Oh, and you can also see how much you're producing here, helpfully. So your fluids here. I guess steam isn't a fluid, but it's sort of counted for the electricity factor and how much you're producing over a certain amount of time. 50 hours, if you've played this for 50 hours and you've got enough data there, you've got a problem. And to be honest, I probably have one too, because I've probably played that much. Come on, just shove a bit more in here and just wait for that to tick over, really. I'll edit that out. That should be enough for it to do stuff, and it stores that for later research, so if I wanted to go back to the automation thingy, that would work too. With stone, I don't think it's... Oh, that's finished. With stone, I don't think it's really worth actually drilling it, because the amount that you use it for is so little. Once you stop using stone furnaces, you don't need it, and you can mine what you need to make those pretty quickly if you absolutely need them. So yeah, I can now finish that research, and I have a splitter. And I also have underground belts and fast inserters, which are quite useful, but they also require another inserter, so they take more time to build. And at some point that becomes kind of trivial anyway. I'll research that too. And I know I said that I'd wrap it up, but I just want to show you what the splitter does first, so we can properly automate this too. So if I go into here, you need to build it first. So I need a bunch of my iron plates here, and I can build one splitter. So if I put this, oh no, construct over it. Right, so now half of my coal will be going to this, and half of my coal will be going to this once I build enough belts to get over there. So I'll just quickly do that, and then we'll have a nice little system going. Now, we haven't yet automated the science packs. In the next episode, I will attempt to do that. It's unusual for a reviewer to go over 2 episodes, but I'm really think there's more to this game that you haven't quite seen in the time that I've had. Just wait for this to... Come on, get me more steel. Not steel, I keep calling it steel. Hang on, rotate it like that. There we go, and if we get our inserter, we can finally have a nice little automated system. You know what, screw it, let's put a fast inserter on there and put a fast inserter on our coal up there. Oh, and since I just built an inserter, this actually used that inserter to make it. So I put a fast inserter on that. When that runs out of coal, that'll do that. I could put a splitter further down the line here to make sure that's constantly fueled, which I will do in the next episode. But this has gone on, well, this recording at least, for long enough, and that stopped doing its thing. But anyway, I will make another part on this because I think there is more, and this is just like the very basics of factories, because I've just like linked up my furnaces to coal and started the electricity thing, which is quite early on in the game. I won't show you the whole fucking thing, just one more part though. But anyway, I've been Firebolt, and this has been Factorio, a sort of 90s style management thing. It's weird, and I like the top-down art style thing. Ah, it's so beautiful too. Bye. Thanks for watching. We'd really appreciate if you support us on various things, obviously subscribing on YouTube, Twitch, following us on Twitter or Facebook. We have a Discord server that you can join and talk to us and other people, and a website where you can check out blog posts.
And obviously this isn't free for us to run, so if you'd like to support us financially, we have a Patreon page where you can donate monthly and get subscriber rewards. We also have a Stream Elements tipping page where you can make one-off donations. The links are all in the description.
Farewell.
See you next time.
Save it here. Nah.